But sometimes you be in there with some dirty, oily shirts on, fresh out of work with peanut butter stains. No one works harder than him. And
What?
no one's ever worked harder than he has. He does everything perfect. He knows everything about diet. He knows everything about He's been training to get as big as he can because he's not good at it apparently. He only grows belly. So. The date is Christmas, so day before, day or two after, something like that, somewhere in the area. I have to bench more than him.
Based on aura, based on this podcast, who do you think wins?
You ready?
I mean, pretty much.
All right, I'm ready.
When you click that go button, like everything kind of changes. Everything's like a little different now.
Yeah, I got chills.
Even though it's not live stream, like this doesn't have to ever reach just the potential that this could reach. Whatever. It's so strange that's the world we live in. Is that we, with this camera phone right here, we could potentially, honestly, this could last forever. Digital footprint.
Yeah.
Nothing else, could last forever. I have like an accurate representation.
I really hope that me moving around with this is not going to mess it up. I'm going to hold it.
It is gonna. It'll like.
So you probably just had all that
buffled
out by my shirt.
I think they understand. Like, they understand that I'm not rich. I'm not like, I'm not like a real aesthetically pleasing creator.
That's
Would you say I'm aesthetically pleasing on camera?
Sometimes. I mean, you clean up sometimes, but sometimes you be in there with some dirty, oily shirts on, fresh out of work with peanut butter stains.
That's very true. I'm not going to deny that.
Like, that's how I feel about like the shirt stuff when I'm doing it. The aesthetics of my work area was horrible, and so like it was hard for me to.
Yeah, I don't think I've revealed my work area in a while. I mean, if you watch my live streams, you probably see sometimes, but I've got like a little rat nest right there, and I prop my phone up on a glass.
What do you
cup.
mean by a rat nest?
I'm the rat, and that's where I live.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I thought you said you had a rat nest that you set your phone on.
No. I got a glass cup. I got a glass cup right there that's like my camera for my streams, and then I've got a plate that I leave there and wash off, like, definitely after every meal.
Once a week?
No, after every single meal, I definitely deep scrub it. And
with Dawn dish soap?
Dawn, I got a little brush, and that's it, and hot water. Then I got my creatine and my fish oil. There's a towel on it. I don't know where that towel came from. I got some shoes underneath. Then there's electrolytes, and I swear it's like just like a little hole that I operate out of. I'd like to see, I saw my dad's organization skills compared to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Night and day. My mom's are like mine. It's kind of like scattered out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I ask,
got so much in your mind going on.
And I asked my dad too. I was like, when did you kept progressing past, like the organizational skills in your 20s? Because he said, when I was your age, I was the exact same way. But I was like, okay, my mom probably was too.
Mm-hmm.
But she just accepted it and was like, okay, this is how I am.
Yeah.
He kept progressing past his 20-year-old progressive mind, or like organizational mind as a 25-year-old. And then at 30, his was better. At 40, his was better. Now he's 60-something, and it's real good. He probably doesn't have to progress anymore. He knows like exactly where everything is. I guess that's probably when people start getting sort of...
I'm trying to do that right now. Like, I bought some tables. I was working on an air hockey table upstairs. I don't know if you ever saw where I was working. I had an air hockey table that I was laying shirts out on and like measuring and stuff, and the press was on it and everything.
I know that air hockey table though from
when I was a baby.
Yep.
But now I have like 4 like actual like tables, like 3 foot long, 4 foot long tables. Wait, no. What's 72 inches? 5 foot. 48,
12, 24, 36. 36 times 2 is 6 foot.
I got 4 6-foot tables upstairs now without all the junk that I had piled up, without all the boxes I had piled up. So now it's like I feel like I can kind of work and feel organized, and it makes me want to work and do, more. But I'm broke, so it's kind of hard to. It's like I make steps. I'm out of money.
Yeah.
and then I gotta wait 2 weeks to get paid again, and then I spend my money, make steps. I'm broke.
Yeah, most all of my stuff, like all this furniture and everything, is hand me down.
Anything.
I bought this couch.
I got hand me down. I had hand me down furniture.
I didn't buy this couch. Roommate.
Speaking of furniture, I'm pretty sure I told your mom that I wanted some stools off Facebook that I haven't gotten yet.
You haven't.
She been hitting you up about it?
No, but she said something about it one time.
I'll go get them.
Last time I was over there,
I'll go get them.
I think she said tell Tyner to come get those stools.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the, whatever's on top, take them off, leave them wood, and take them to the duck line. So
yeah, that's exactly what my dad said. He said, "Yep, he's gonna put those in the duck line."
Yeah, have some wood stools for the duck line, because we got some like makeshift milk crate with fishing chairs on top, but like boat seats on top. Bro, they creak and. Real hunter like me, I can't have that kind of fake noise in there.
Mallard Bend hunter right here. The owner and CEO of the Mallard Bend. They've been asking me for an update on Original Tiny. Like when they see you in the videos or in the lives or stuff, like a couple people have been like, when are we going to get an update podcast on him?
We could talk for, seriously, I think hours on just what my mind's going through and what I've been doing. And
okay, let's do it. I mean, we got at least minutes.
Yeah.
What's the Original Tiny update?
I mean, it just depends on where we start. I guess last time we were here, I was talking about going to play professional baseball.
Was that was the last time?
Yeah, and now I have been through that entire season, and I'm back home again. But I guess we'll start with the season. We left, me and you went out. We drove out there 3 days.
To where?
To Boise, Idaho. And got there, played golf. And then basically when you left, bro, it was just baseball. Grind baseball. I show up to the field for 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes a day for the first month, 3-ish weeks. And then season started. And then once season started, I played 6 games a week, every week, for 5 months straight. Only off days were Mondays, except for travel days, which were Mondays. So they were kind of off days, but they were still like I was with the team traveling. Like it wasn't like I had a day to just hang out, chill. We had like 4 of those total all year.
And you were there for 6 months?
I was there from April 17th until September the 20th, 2020 something.
So about a little more than 5 months.
About 5 months. 5 months and a couple days.
And you had, so basically 1 chill day a month.
Yeah. If I was lucky. And that might be after a Sunday game, driving home and getting home at like 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday. And then sleeping a few hours and trying to wake up at a decent time so you can have like just a day.
How do you think that affected you mentally?
I mean, anytime you had off, it was like good mentally. But like also too, you just went through. Say we come home from a road trip, come home Sunday night, we get home 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I go home, go to sleep. That Monday, I personally would feel like I had to go to the gym, had to start out my week right, go to the gym. But it's an off day also too, so you're like you don't want to do too much. But like then again, like you only have that free time, so you have to do stuff.
Everything that you want to do.
Right. I would go to the store and buy groceries. I'd try to cook me a home cooked meal. I'd always try to eat like a steak and a potato for the Mondays. Excuse me. And other than that, like I would play video games on Monday. Sit in the house. I didn't want to leave. Like I wanted to just sit. I didn't want to be driving. I didn't want to be riding. I didn't want to be at the field. I would go to the gym and go to the store, and then I'd try to just sit at the house and soak in not having to be go. Because that does get annoying mentally. But that's part of it. I did like it though. I liked the go. Because I was so far away from home, if I wasn't go, I just was thinking about, man, I could be, like my buddies are golfing right now. Like I could be at home. Like just having fun. Like right now, like I'm home and I'm having fun, but I mean, I would go back and play baseball right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You would
Like
go back to Boise and play baseball right now?
right now, like if I could go, knowing what I know now, I would go play. It's still just the fact that I have to be gone for so many months out of the year. I can't tell you the last time I've had a summer at home because I went Texas summer ball, West Virginia Pro League, Boise. That's 3 summers in a row. So since I was 22, I haven't had a summer at home. 21, I hadn't had a summer at home since I was 21. And I'm 25.
Hey, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
And now you're home. And what are you doing now?
Yeah, now I'm home. I went back to working at Kellogg's with my dad part time. Supposed to get 24 hours a week. I can get more if I want more, but like I'm also trying to make these shirts, make these hoodies, and I'm doing like some TikTok stuff, and I'm also doing like a medium distance relationship, I guess. So I'm trying to make sure I make time for my girlfriend driving to Lebanon and stuff like that. And so that takes time. I want to hunt. Like
You're starting a brand, right?
I'm starting a brand.
Or you've started a brand.
I've started a brand. I've got a couple thousand followers on TikTok, a couple thousand followers on Instagram, and
What's your brand name?
Mallard Bend. And at first, I was kind of skeptical of the name Mallard Bend, but now that I've kind of like established it, I really like the name.
Yeah.
I don't really like the logo that I originally went with that I dropped $600 on
The
to get
feather,
made.
you don't like that?
I like it. It's hard to incorporate it in a shirt.
I like the just feather on the shirt.
Yeah, but
I love that.
when I'm bigger, I feel like if I like actually get it like super established and like people know the feather is Mallard Bend, I could do that. But right now, I'm trying to grow the name of Mallard Bend.
Yeah.
And then the logo would come after, you know?
Yeah.
But I've probably spent $3,500, $4,000 on Mallard Bend, which is just money that I've saved, and then I'll spend it, and then I'll buy some merch, and I'll sell some merch, make my money back, and then I'll buy some more merch. I've probably made my money back on merch. I definitely haven't made a profit at all.
Yeah, at least you're not in the hole.
Yeah, I'm close to being in the hole right now. There's no doubt. I like if I'm close to making close to breaking even, it's on the low end of breaking even. Like, but also too, I've got a couple hundred hoodies at my house that if I sold,
You haven't sold them yet.
No.
Right. You just like it goes up and down, you know. Like
I've
you go
got-
in and then you come up a little bit, and then you go in, you come up a little bit.
that's what I was thinking about this morning. I was like, dude, like I'm putting money out. I'm just not seeing money come back in yet. And the thing is, I have the stuff at my house in Mallard Bend. If y'all watch this, go get it on TikTok. I got stuff on my TikTok shop, free shipping on most of it. But it'll like, I'm ready for it to start coming back in. But I've got like 100 shirts at home that are already made. They're ready to be shipped out. I've got probably 60 hoodies of the original hoodie drop that I have that are ready to ship out. And I've about made my money back. So I've sold half of them or so, a little more than half. And I'm looking to sell the
You think
rest
that
of them.
like ignites your hustle, like when you've got the product sitting there, and
It does, but it would more if I wasn't working and then leaving.
yeah,
It's like the days I wasn't working and I could like prepare like a video and like actual marketing and market the shirt instead of just taking a picture of it laying on the floor, wrinkled up like what I have on there right now. My marketing on my TikTok shop right now is atrocious. Like, I mean, it's horrible. Like, if I was to go look at your shop and the pictures were like mine on my shop, I wouldn't buy it. And I know that. But it's like I don't have the time, and I'm so scatterbrained trying to do so many things at one time that, like, I'm not putting in the time that I need to, you know? Like,
yeah.
But in the back of my head also, I'm like, I know if I would, I could do it. But I don't have the time.
You'll find it'll like.
Yeah.
At some point you'll either get fed up with that shit right there of being scatterbrained and it not working, because
It's annoying.
You know that it's basically on you to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you'll probably either get fed up with that right there and you'll make it happen, or you'll look up one day and be like, oh, now I do have the time. Now
Right.
This is it. oh wow, like I've got the time to do it. And then you do it. You're like, oh, why was I even stressing back then? I knew that I was going to have time.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time. It's basically with content ideas. Is I'm like, oh, I don't have the idea, or I don't have the time, and this and that,
Right.
and I'm stressing, trying to force it. And then I look up one day and I'm like,
I
I've posted 3 videos that have done better than videos that I've posted in months, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
here it is.
you don't
Like,
even
yeah.
realize what you're.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, here it is. Now it's back. Like
That's kind of like with music. Like you listen to all this music out there, and you're like, "There's no way someone can come up with another." Like, how can people continuously come up with songs that are different and sound good?
hmm
But that's how I am with like ideas. Like, you sit there long enough, think about it long enough, something different comes up that no one's
Right.
ever done or thought of, or in a different way that you tweak. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Or mine come randomly. Like if I sit there and try to think of stuff,
yeah,
sometimes I can. I've got an idea I'm sitting on right now that I'll just say it came from a friend who I'm not going to say any names, but was going through it, bro, and basically like, you know, dumping on me and just
Yeah.
talking about how their mental's in a bad spot and this, that, and that, and like just going, going, going.
Mm-hmm.
So I promoted them to my messages. My messages, like physical and mental health directly aligned.
Yeah.
And the idea is POV, you give advice. I don't know. POV, you suggest physical exercise to your friend who's struggling mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, he basically immediately looked up and went, I think I'm good though. Like I think I'm good.
He did not want to go to the
He
gym.
was like, oh, well, honestly, bro, I think I'm good though. And I was like, oh my God.
You wanted nothing to do
I
with
was
it.
like, oh my God. He basically just told me that he was obviously not good. And then I suggest to him what actually works, what I've tested to actually work. And he's like, well, actually, you know what? I think I'm good.
Who was that?
I'm not telling
do I
you,
know him?
bro. I'm not telling you, bro. I can tell you off camera, bro. I'm not going to do that.
But do I know him?
No, I think I go to a different school.
Oh well, heck them then.
They're close friends with my off camera girlfriend.
That you haven't told me about.
That, but definitely exists.
So you say.
She definitely exists, right, chat? Right. Everybody knows that I have an off camera girlfriend who's very attractive, very
Oh, you're talking about that one girl.
very yes,
Okay.
right. Very healthy, goes to the gym, looks really good, takes care of me. We hold hands, we like do a lot of things together. Like we
Yeah.
definitely are not
Yeah.
lonely.
Y'all are together all the time. I could never.
Off camera. Like anytime I'm off camera, I'm with said girl who's very attractive and takes care of me, and
Right.
we hold hands.
Right.
Right.
But kind of going back to not to take anything away from your off-camera girlfriend, but so this Mallard Bin thing, and like growing a brand, and the scatterbrained and all that. That's also why I bought. Like I put the money in on the tables to try to organize the room, to kind of organize my brain. Like I'm not scattering around.
Yeah.
I can go up there. I have to do this. I can sit down or stand up. I stand up and work because it's kind of hard to move. But anyway, I can go in there, have space to work that's clean, and I can just set it up, do it. I'm done. Like,
And every time you go up there with an idea, you don't have to, oh, well, I got to organize this and put this there first,
Right.
this, that, and that, and there first. It should already be there.
and then also, so I bought a subscription for a software design, like a design software. I wish I would have went ahead and just bought like Adobe, Photoshop, or Illustrator or something like that. But all the reviews I saw on it was like so hard to learn good techniques.
It's literally like college courses to teach you
I
that.
know, but so I kind of went with the cheaper. I mean, it was still $250 for a subscription for a year, and it's worked out like really well. It's like an investment, But the next step I would say is either jumping into screen printing for longevity of the company, and just going ahead and a loan, business, license, insurance, all that, full out, real deal. This is a business. Or go back and play baseball. So that's also kind of where I'm at. Right now, like I said, I was working Kellogg's part-time, girlfriend, Mallard Bend. Also still trying to stay in shape because
You got a competition coming up, don't you?
there's still some there's competition coming up. And it's with you, and you think you can beat me, and you can't. Listen, chat. Listen, hear me out. I was just gone playing baseball. Y'all heard it. 5 months, 6 games a week, travel, poor diet. Did my best. Poor diet. This dude's been grinding. Y'all seen him. Go watch all of his videos. He's grinding. He's working so hard. Oh my gosh, no one works harder than him. And
What?
no one's ever worked harder than he has. He does everything perfect. He knows everything about diet. He knows everything about optimal in the gym.
Bro is literally projecting on me right now.
And then I get home, and he just talks about how weak I am, how little I am, and how terrible in shape I am. And so I made a bet with him. It's in a video. It's somewhere. He posted it.
You said those
I'm
things
going to
about
bench-
yourself.
I'm going to bench more than him.
You are literally projecting on me.
He's been working out for a year straight. I work out consistently, but I don't train to gain. I train to be able to get out on the field every day. Take care of my body, get out on the field every day. He's been training to get as big as he can because he's not good at it apparently. He only grows belly. Me, I'm going to bench more than him. The date is Christmas, so day before, day or two after, something like that, somewhere in the area. I have to bench more than him. He's been working out for a year straight. Me, six weeks now. Easy.
No.
Yet last chest day, I hit 225 for 4. He hit 225.
Let's get this straight. Since high school, he has never really stopped working out.
Cap.
So what's the longest time?
The
longest time in between where you literally did not touch a weight?
I had labrum surgery in March of 2018, and it was a year and a half before I could do anything with my shoulder, weightlifting wise. Lifting wise.
Did you squat? Did you curl?
Did I squat, chat? No, I didn't squat.
Bro, we're talking about 2018. Okay, at that. So from the time. So when did you recover from your labrum?
I was cleared to play March 2018. I had surgery. The next spring, I was cleared to hit, couldn't throw. And then we started lifting COVID that year. So that next year, COVID, that's when we started lifting again. So it was almost 2 years from shoulder surgery. So 2020, we started lifting to shed. Right?
2020?
Was it 19?
19.
Okay, so it was after.
I didn't lift at all during COVID, I don't think. COVID is when I became a bad person.
COVID is when I was in some of my best shape. Like body fat wise. Okay. And like ripped and like looking good.
See?
Not strength wise.
See? But still, he's been lifting longer than me. He keeps throwing this. You've been lifting for a year straight. I've only been lifting for 6 weeks. He's acting like he's new to this. He's a professional athlete. Y'all think he doesn't work out? I should be at the disadvantage.
It's different because you've lifted a year straight without any interjection of slacking because you're putting your more effort into, say, for you, a job. For me, I'm putting more effort and energy in on the field, and when I get to the gym, I'm getting in 45 minutes, an hour of maintenance, mobility, ability to not be sore and get on the field the next day. For 6 months straight, 5 months straight.
I had to do that stuff too.
No, you are training hard to gain
okay, bro.
every day and for a year.
Okay, so I wasn't getting made fun of for doing yoga days. I wasn't getting made fun of for going in there and doing things that people weren't doing.
You were still lifting 5 days a week though. Lifting weights 5 days. I was getting into the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week, maybe.
Okay, so there's the difference. So all these times that you were saying that you weren't lifting, that means you were in there 3 to 4 days a week. When I say I wasn't lifting, I mean I was in a bar somewhere, as hammered as possible, smoking as much marijuana as possible, and probably putting stuff up my nose that I shouldn't have been.
But not the last year, though.
No, in 1 year, no. I mean, the first 4 months, every weekend, yes, I was drinking. And until 5 Mondays ago, every single day, I was smoking. And until 6 Mondays ago, I don't know how many Mondays it's been since I was in the Bahamas. I'm a recovering drug addict, so I lost all my gains. You should have maintained some. So I've had 1 year.
I was burning so many calories. I would go. So we had to be at the field at 1:00. I wouldn't eat until after the game. And then the only thing I could eat after the game, it's 11:30 after the game, 11 after the game. Nothing's open.
Either way, the past doesn't matter. Just stop claiming that you've only been lifting for 6 weeks.
I've been lifting for 6 weeks. I've been back lifting consistently with a purpose to get stronger for 6 weeks.
Okay. And I've been lifting with a purpose to get stronger for a couple months now. I went through a 5-month cut, which will very closely translate to the training you were doing, because I was not worried about gaining strength. Nope. It was physique based. You lift for your physique, bro. Don't try to lie to me.
I lift to maintain a good looking physique while gaining muscle, getting stronger.
Well, for a while, I didn't even try to get stronger. I literally went down in weight because I couldn't do it, and I cut all my calories. So yes, dirty bulk. I did not maintain much strength in that dirty bulk. Peak dirty bulk, I could bench I'm gonna say a strict 275. Yeah. That was my peak dirty bulk. You know what I could bench at peak cut?
185.
Barely 225. I could hit it for 1 and a struggle 2. Like I had to arch and like. So does that sound like maintaining strength?
No, you were training for physique.
Right. So if we go by that, if we go by that, keep that. If we go by that, how long have I been bulking? You can look it back. It's like, I think it's probably like week 15 or 16 now. So 4, 8, 12. So maybe 4 months.
Okay.
You're coming up on 2 months.
You were cutting, but you were maintaining muscle mass on your body. You were just training it to not be as strong, but the muscle's still there. So as soon as you start lifting heavy again,
but see, the thing is,
you get strong again.
But see, the thing
I was losing muscle. The thing is, I was losing muscle mass.
From dirty bulk. Dirty bulk does not put real muscle on you.
You had muscle on your body. You gained muscle,
but not long term muscle.
Well, long term muscle comes from lifting long term, which is what you were doing.
Which is what you were doing. You've been doing. What I was doing?
I lost muscle. Yes, I will gain it back faster. I have not been
lifting long term.
I will gain it back faster because my body's used to.
We're gonna let time decide. Who do y'all think? Do y'all think me? Do y'all think me? Jay Lundo Hundo, him, or
Tiny? I'm a professional.
Tiny. Who do y'all think? Based on aura, based on this podcast, who do you think wins? I'm giving myself a 30-pound spread.
A 30-pound? You think you'll bench 30 pounds more than me?
That's where the bar is set for
me. A week ago on chest day, we hit 225 for the same number. And you're giving yourself a 30-pound spread.
Yep.
Why? Wow.
I'm just him, bro. I'm just like that.
Well, I'm just a humble guy that is always ready, doesn't have to get ready. And if you beat me by more than 30 pounds...
I think you're doing something... I think you're doing something that you've definitely done before. You've had this style diet. You've had this style training. Mm-hmm. You've had all this. I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm eating...
And you be trying to coach me.
And I'm eating way more food than I ever have. Way more better food. Mm-hmm. And I'm training smarter and better with proper rest. Mm-hmm. And I'm more consistent. And
consistent in the gym?
So if I got more than you last time, and now I'm doing more and I'm doing better, I'm going to get way more than you this time.
You got more than me last time while you were bulking, and I was just not training for strength. Right now, I am training to get as strong as I can to beat you in that competition.
But are you eating to get as strong as you can?
Yes, I'm eating at a surplus. A small surplus.
Small.
Because if you, Josh, we went over this the other day. If you eat too much food and you're gaining belly fat, you're eating too much food. You're just gaining weight on the scale. You're not gaining muscle. If you eat at a surplus...
See, I think I sort of let you talk me into it, but now I disagree because I watched Lex Little. You know who Lex Little is? He's like one of the most popular natties on YouTube. He's like they call him the last natty standing pretty much now.
Especially
what he said he had to do to gain strength, he had to get a little fat because he peak nattied. I'm not anywhere close to peak natty.
I'm nowhere near peak natty either.
He got peak nattied, and he couldn't bulk. Like, he wasn't gaining any strength, so he said, F it, and he got a little fat. And it helped him.
Okay, if I was not planning on playing baseball anymore, ever again, I would be okay with putting on a little bit more weight.
I don't understand what you don't
straight
know
muscle
that,
weight.
Bro. I don't know, because your metabolism's fast, right?
How
long do you think it would take you to lose 5 pounds if you needed to?
3 days.
How long do you think it would take you to lose 10 pounds if you needed to?
couple weeks, maybe
20 pounds. A month, probably.
Probably a month or more. Yeah, but
And how many months do you have until you go play basketball?
I don't like my body drastically changing because that is not a. If you do with my training, I eat at a small surplus to keep as much body fat off my weight, off my body, off my frame as possible, while gaining muscle and muscle mass. Because long term, that muscle will stay on your frame longer than eating at a huge surplus to just quickly throw weight on your body. Then it's just going to instantly come back off as soon as you change. I'm doing something that I can maintain through a season, close to the same type of calories, close to enough maintenance gym time to hold what I make and get. If I was to get as big as I possibly could,
that's what you're going to have to do to outbench me.
And then I get to a season.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is that's what you're going to have to do to outbench me, and I fully believe that.
I disagree completely.
We'll see. We're going to see.
So you're telling me, now this is a bad example. I'm not even going to say it.
We can go bench today.
Cam's been lifting too long. I hit chest yesterday. I hit shoulders yesterday.
We can do it tomorrow.
No, we have a date. Don't get scared and think I'm going to catch up to you by the date. Because you are. You know you are.
We can do it at that date, and then we can do it in January, and then we can do it in February.
We can do it
We can do it every week.
We can do it in December, Christmas time, and then we can do it before I leave if this next adventure happens.
Okay.
That could be cool, but I don't want to talk about it.
Well, actually, no. After I get you, bro, I'm coming for Cam, and might do a little time for Cam. I don't know. I don't know where he's at now. But I'll tell you, the reps I got the other day was a fluke.
How's it a fluke? You did it.
I stayed up all night.
Okay, you had
I didn't have any.
You had a bad day at the gym.
I had like one meal, I think, and I was not in it mentally. I was at a different gym too, and I didn't have a spot.
Your bad day with
is your best day.
No, I had a normal day at the gym. I didn't feel good, didn't feel bad. I was in the gym wanting to get a good lift in, and I knew I had chest. And everybody gets happy for chest day. If you're not feeling good or something, that's different. But on your bad day, with a month and 3.5 weeks left to go, 7.5 weeks left to go, on your bad day, on my normal day, we got the same reps. So with another month and a half or more, a month and a half plus, you're going to be 30 pounds ahead of me?
I think right now I'm probably 20 plus pounds ahead of you. So I'm going to keep progressing. And
because you've been bulking longer than me.
I'm not close to being done. I'm 205 probably.
Yeah, but you're not gaining. You're gaining belly and muscle. I'm just gaining muscle.
I'm okay with that.
Why would you not just be okay with just gaining muscle?
Because I believe that I'm maximizing how much muscle I gain, and it's going to come with some belly. So okay. I'm not leaving any room for my muscle to be depleted.
There's no doubt ever throughout the day that your body will have enough to cure your muscle, heal your muscle. I understand that. There's very minimal times where if I'm hungry, I can't go get food. Do I need to pull my shirt up like I always do?
You can pull abs don't mean strength, bro. Put that shit back down. Look, you can probably even see my abs still.
Is this gonna get banned on YouTube?
Nah, I take my shirt off all the time.
No, but the thing is,
I'm not even getting that fat.
You hear that? I'm not even getting that fat.
I'm getting a little fat, bro, but it's not like my face fat's not there.
Not like it. No, not at all. Like it was at all.
And I'm 206.
That's probably just clean. The clean eating.
Right.
The face fat from last time was just seals and...
Yes, it's bloating fat. Yeah. I don't have that this time. That's what I'm saying is I'm eating way better than I was last time. And I'm already stronger than you. I'm starting stronger than
you. I just got back from Idaho.
But I'm starting
end of September. I did 2 weeks of just foo-foo.
This podcast has just turned into us arguing about who's gonna bench more.
That's kind of, bro, but that's
we do this at least three times a week. This exact same argument because over and over. It's
my diet is right, and I'm right, he's wrong. That's why.
What do you think? What do you think, YouTube? What do you think, viewer? Do you think eating at a high surplus will cause you to get more strength than eating at a low surplus? You let me know. Just think about it a little bit.
Right.
Tell me what comes to your mind.
Okay. Are you worried about the scale number or the muscle mass number?
I'm worried about how much weight I'm pushing and how strong I feel.
Okay, here we go again. If I'm eating at a surplus and training for strength, but not so much of a surplus to where I have just the extra calories and protein going to belly fat. I have a little bit of fat for energy while I'm at the gym. Also maintaining a great physique. You are eating at a huge surplus.
I'm willing to sacrifice my physique for maximum strength.
I don't think it's benefiting you enough to walk around with a belly just to gain a fractional, maybe. I don't even believe you'll gain more just for having extra belly fat and eating more food. If you eat, yes, the scale will change because you're eating so many calories, but you don't need that many calories to gain muscle. As long as I'm eating enough calories to gain muscle at a surplus, I will gain the same as you if we had the exact same body. You would just gain body fat. I would get body fat and muscle. I would just gain muscle, less body fat.
I would gain a little bit more muscle.
Why?
And
how?
More body fat. Because my body's not searching for dude. It's not.
Mine's not either. I'm at a surplus. I'm at a surplus. And if it pulls,
barely. So on the days that you have higher activity, is your body still at a surplus?
I'll eat more food.
You don't do that though.
Okay, and there's days where I burn less calories and I'm still eating more calories than what I need, so that'll put on a little bit of body fat. And so if I need it on days where I'm a little touch, maybe, if anything, I'll have...
But what we're forgetting is fat equals energy, too.
I have fat on my body. It's not like I'm...
Not as much as me.
It's not
you don't have as much energy as me.
You know good and well you cannot out-energize me in anything we've ever done in life.
That's cap.
No.
That's cap.
What about that one time in the pool?
That one time. That one time, bro. You don't have people accusing you of being on meth or drugs.
But that's not...
You never have.
That's not in
yes, it is. That's energy. That's like
no, I'm not saying that's not energy. That's energy. But it's in a state of energy where I don't want to put forth my energy to dance and do that. That you like dancing and stuff like that. I would never do that.
Well,
that's almost personality-wise. Like
it's gym.
You would go out.
You ever had somebody look at you in the gym and say, "Bro, what are you on? Are you on?"
But when I'm in the gym, I don't waste energy on nonsense. I push weight for my energy.
Nonsense, bro. It's not nonsense. I won't be out. I won't be trying to put on a show or anything. I'm actually I'm that locked in, bro. You can't do that. Even the times I've sat in the car and I've channeled all my energy up, you can't do that. You always break. You start giggling and shit.
Because it's fun. It's fun. I can focus.
Not like me.
When I'm in the gym.
Not like me.
Well,
you barely can focus while you're in the gym.
You're thinking, though, that we're the same person. You're trying to focus on something.
No, I'm literally saying that I'm better than you.
What's optimal for you is not optimal for me. And what's optimal for me is not optimal for you. Same thing. But my optimal is better than your optimal.
No, you're a yapper in the gym. I can get pulled into yapping in the gym too.
I'm finna say,
but you're a consistent yapper. I went through a whole phase to where I came very close and I did lose friends because I did not talk to them in the gym. But that's when I was really locked in on the cut because I didn't know if I could actually do it and I was fat. Now, I'm as locked in as I've ever been on my eating. I'm not as locked in as I've ever been on my training because my leg is fucking with me. I have a fucking pinched nerve in my leg, so that's kind of distraction. But other than that,
all right, let's transition out of this gym argument here.
Okay,
and let's transition into whatever else you want to besides the gym and arguing.
Steroids and testosterone. I want to know if you ever plan on hopping on steroids and or testosterone, and is that healthy and can it be good for you?
I would love to hop on testosterone steroids. But
both of them?
Are they not the same thing? Is testosterone not steroids?
Some people consider it, but testosterone, no, it's separate. Like you can take testosterone without steroids. You can't take steroids without taking testosterone too, healthily. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, I'm very ignorant when it comes to like steroids, testosterone, all that. I've never taken anything like that. But if it was a very common thing, and there was no side effects. I could just
They'll tell you that. You know that, right?
Yeah, they will try. But it's obviously not true.
Yeah.
I probably would love to do it. I would never do it. I don't want to do it. Morally, I can never do it.
So the side effects are, if you do them wrong,
you're screwed for life.
You're screwed for life.
Yep.
Anger.
You get anger.
Stress, probably stress increase.
Acne. I mean,
balls get really small. You're like, I'm pretty sure you're unreasonably horny all the time.
I just don't. I like the mental, just straight line that I'm always at every day.
They say that gives you laser focus, though.
Well, I don't know about my focus. I do get scatterbrained, but I'm super mentally here. I'm not, oh my gosh, I love life. Oh my gosh, I hate life. Yeah. I'm just right here. Something bad happens. I may dip a little bit, but I know it doesn't matter. I'm going to get through it no matter. Like, same thing with the high. Like, oh, this is really fun.
Oh, I got another one.
It's coming down. I'm fine. But all right, what you got?
We already talked about fat giving energy, but training to failure.
Failure. Okay.
Do you do that? And is it beneficial?
Training to failure is very beneficial.
Do you do that?
It just depends on how you describe failure, because my failure and your failure is different.
Physical failure.
To where you can't move the weight anymore. I guess technically I don't train to complete failure, no. I train about 1 rep to where I know the next rep, if I try to push it, I can't get it.
So how do you know that?
Know what?
That you wouldn't be able to get that next rep?
Because I've been at the gym a lot.
No. You know what it is? What? You're training to mental failure. You're training until your brain tells you.
Yesterday.
Have you never picked up a weight and in your brain you thought, I can't get this, but then you get it? You don't even know yourself. You can predict yourself. You can mold yourself. So the only way that you know you can't get that last rep is if you don't try.
Okay, that could be true. I don't
100% true.
I don't agree completely with that.
I've proved myself wrong in the gym a bunch of times. I've gotten under the weight and I'm like, you pick it up and I'm like, that's too heavy. I don't think I can get it. And I hit it. I'm like, what? Well, I didn't even know. I'm myself, and I didn't even know I did it. I proved myself wrong. I'm stupid.
I do that with, like, every time I go in there. I don't know. I don't have a set number of what I'm going to hit. I just go in there and pick up a weight, and I start doing it, knowing whether or not I can or not do it. You keep up with your poundage and stuff a lot different than I do. You go in there, you're doing progressive overload. You go in there, last week I did 80s for 5. Not me. This is just an example. So you go in there last week, I did 80s for 5. I failed on the 6th rep. So this week I'm going to pick up the 85s and try to get 5 and fail on the 6th rep again or more. For me, I don't do that. That's where you say I train to failure. Me, I would rather go in there. I'll set a number at 10. If I get to 10 and it's too easy, I'll go until I like where I'm at, go until failure, pick up a heavier weight. So like we keep up with it different to me.
Which sounds more optimal to you? I think progressive overload to failure is more optimal than
progressive overload is
the way
optimal.
The way for strength.
For strength.
How I do my
I just don't keep up with it as aggressive.
How I do my progressive overload is right now my rep range is set 6 to 8. If I can get a weight, for example,
mine's a little higher than
80 pounds for 6 reps, 6 solid reps, and then maybe a struggle 7 and a struggle 8, I'm about ready to move up in weight. So next week, I do the 85s, and I test how many times I can get them. I go as many times as I can, and if I fail on number 5, I'm not ready to go up yet. So next week, I do that I eat good, I recover well, I do that exact same weight, and if I get them for solid 6 to 8, I'm ready to go up. And then you repeat, and you keep going. And that is the way. A lot of things work,
Progressive overload.
Things definitely work. Other things definitely work. There's different goals. But in my opinion, that is the way. And to know yourself and to know how strong you are, you have to go to physical failure. Because if you let your mind stop you, you don't know what you had. You can predict. You can be like, oh, well, I would have failed that next one. How do you know? That's like Michael Jordan saying, well, I would have missed that shot. Bruh, you think he said that, or you think he shot that bitch?
He probably shot it.
He probably shot it.
But you're saying that like I don't ever fail. There's definitely reps in the gym where I can't get them and I have to short rack them or just drop the weight. And I don't get, but I don't purposely do it every single set. If that makes sense.
I don't do it either. Don't do it. I would recommend you don't do it every set. That you choose a couple lifts throughout your exercises that day.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a couple lifts and a couple sets to do it, and then you need to incorporate it with squeezing motions too. Is what I do personally. Is what like a lot of people do.
You were talking about progressive overload. I did progressive overload when I was working out the cage, man. Me and Caleb, we did that 5x5 workout, and I did get super strong, super quick. However, I eventually started going down in weight because I wasn't able to finish reps. Like I was progressive overloading, and I was never able. It was 5 reps. The most reps you ever did on any of those workouts was 7 reps. In my mind, I wasn't getting enough reps to be in shape enough. All I could do was lift heavy. And I hated that. So that's why I've incorporated 7 to 12 on a rep scale for me.
I just saw on your say your cable flies and your isolation movements and stuff. Do you have a rep range?
I at least 15.
I just go and I just make sure I maximize my squeeze, hold, boom, 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 squeeze, hold, fast, boom, squeeze. I just kind of do it all until I focus on feeling on those. And I don't really have like
I try not to, but it's hard not to count. Like,
I don't really.
It's hard not to count.
It's very hard not to count. I started saying random numbers in my head, like so, because I've got a theory that if you tell yourself a number, you're probably gonna get that number,
right?
Unless it's unreasonable. But I'll hit it. I'll hit a weight 3 times, and I'll be like, oh, I probably got about 8. When I get to 8, I'm like, oh, that's my last one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I'm setting myself up for that. Maybe I would have gotten more than 8, but I told myself 8, so I felt okay to stop there. Mm-hmm. So I'll do that. I'll hit it for like 3, and I'm like, oh, I'll probably have about 8. And I'm like, damn, I wasn't supposed to do that. And I'll say 16, 42, 12, 13, 19, and then I forget. And I'm like, okay, now we're just going until
right.
And I need a spotter to like grab it or something.
Also, too, you're set on like you have a routine of 3 on, 1 off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that set of 3 days, 1 off.
It's just another way that I'm more consistent than you.
No, you take. Okay, say you train really hard for 3 days. That 1 off day, you may not need the off day. Say your body recovered, you got great sleep, you continuously ate good. Maybe you didn't need that off day that day, but you took it off anyways. But you could have trained that day optimally for the muscle group that was ready to be trained. Me, I would have trained that day until it's time for me to hit a muscle group, and I know that if I train that muscle group that day, it will not be ready to be trained hard.
But you're not an addict. If I do that, the next rest day, probably don't need it. I'm probably ready to go. Well, and the next rest day, actually, this muscle group is ready to be trained. And then I keep going. And then I keep going. And then at some point I look up and I'm either hurt or I've halted all of my progress because I'm not all of my progress, but I'm limiting my progress because I'm actually not giving myself enough time to rest. And my mental of like, I'm so stuck in a routine. I don't sit back and think, maybe I need to change this. Maybe I need to do this. I'm just going, doing the same stuff over and over and over. So for personally, right now, 3 day on, 1 day off is great for me. It is great. And that's what C-Bum does. So,
well, see, the thing is, for me, optimal that I am and you're not is
see,
if you train 3 days and you take an off day, but I train that 4th day, I'm 1 day ahead.
Not really.
Yep.
You know how much rest plays into muscle growth?
A lot. And that's why I take
more than training.
That's why I take the rest. That's why I take the rest. Well, if you don't train, you have rest days every day.
Right. Dude, I saw something the other day on Instagram that I don't know if it's true or not, but they did a test subject for people who sat in a room and visualized muscle growth and had like 13% more muscle growth than the people who sat in a room and did nothing, just like the other group, and didn't visualize the muscle growth.
And then I saw that video, and then it cut to a bodybuilder screaming at his muscle, grow, And he was jacked, obviously. He's a bodybuilder, but I thought that was cool.
That's so crazy. Like, I mean, it is, a lot of it is your brain telling your body to send the proteins and stuff that it has in there to the right spot. And I mean, I'm about to say something weird. Your brain controls the blood flow to the muscles, right? Just like it's like your pee-pee getting hard. So, your pee-pee's a muscle, right? Correct?
I don't really know.
I'm pretty sure.
Where you going with this? Because I can't control mine.
So
if I get a little stiff, I'm not going to tell it to go away, and it goes away.
But your brain made it stiff. Your brain did something. Somehow your brain visualized something to make the wee erect.
No,
yes.
Sometimes I wake up and it's just
subconsciously.
stiff.
It's subconsciously. That was a dream, or it was subconscious. So
it's
it was
actually
your brain. It was your brain.
No, it's actually when you're sleeping, certain muscle does something, relaxes or something, and that's why it comes up.
Either way, it's your brain. Your brain controls all your body.
Okay.
So
I'm just saying I don't have control like that.
So if your brain thinks about the muscle needing the protein or the needing the stuff, I could see it. It's mind to muscle connection. So it's another question to ask Chad. Do y'all think that you can literally think about your muscles growing and that they grow?
I mean, you always hear about mind-muscle connection when you're in the gym, like if you're hitting chest while you're
right,
benching
while you're flexing it, though. But I mean, that's my brain telling my chest to flex.
Yeah.
So I wonder if those people that were sitting in that room were flexing their muscles while they were doing it, or if they were literally just thinking about flexing their muscles.
I don't know.
I don't know either, because I know that if I sit here and flex my muscle all day, that it does get stimulated and it does like probably harden and like grow and need recovery and stuff. Like, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
You don't need weights to grow muscle.
No,
you can literally, like, I could sit here.
It's contraction of your muscle.
Right. I could sit here and go like this. It is tougher because, I don't have something doing the weight for me. I'm pulling it on the right, like, spot. But, bro, you could sit here and just curl your arm. Like, just flex it as hard as you can. Basically, act like it's a heavyweight. Like, just flex it as hard as you can. Bro, you'll get a pump. And that's what you get in the gym is a pump. It's all the blood rushing to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, like, I love thinking about the body. And
you get off the charts about the way your body moves and how to flex this muscle and that muscle.
I love how it, because I figured out what it is. Your muscles and your blood vessels and stuff are like a water hose. So when you squeeze the water hose shut, right, pressure builds up. And then you release it, it flows through fast. And you're doing that over and over and over. So, of course, it causes a pump of, like, blood flowing, blood stopping, blood flowing, blood stopping, blood flowing, blood stopping. So now that's what your body is doing. It's like
your muscle fails because of the lack of oxygen in the blood in your muscle.
Boom, boom, boom. And what carries all your proteins and all your nutrients and stuff? Your blood. So now you're building up more pressure, and your brain is telling your whole body that spot that you're squeezing and contracting needs more. So it's pushing more and more and more. So now more proteins, more macros, more, all that stuff in there.
Which is why your heart rate goes up, which is why you get out of breath, because you need oxygen for your blood and your muscles.
It all makes sense.
It does make sense.
It's so simple. We're a water hose.
We're not a water hose, but I am more optimal than you. That's for sure.
That's actually, from listening to how each of us train, who's more optimal, Josh or Tyner?
So, obviously, you did bad things and you went to a bad spot while I was grinding playing baseball. However, you have now been on track for a while of prioritizing gym.
About a little more than a year now.
Okay.
About a year and a month.
This was earlier in the podcast, but you said something about when's the longest you've been without lifting, and I don't think we ever finished that. I have never in my life ever been able to lift with a purpose for more than 5 or 6 months at a time without a 5 to 6 month season intervention of some sort. Ever.
Okay.
So you have been training consistently longer than I have.
No.
This year, you have been training with a purpose longer than I have.
Okay, this year.
Lifetime, I've probably been to the gym more than you. Obviously.
Your muscle maturity is way past mine.
Yes, I would agree. That's why it's going to be so much easier for me to get back to my 275.
I think you forget a year and a half ago when I would literally look at my body and laugh and make fun of bird chest, skinny fat.
I haven't been.
Well, you got triceps and you got a little bicep, maybe. You got kind of arm genetics, but
I haven't been in great shape since COVID, where I looked good.
You've never not had abs.
That's not true. I have been flabby and just eating junk, and
you had 4 abs still during that time.
I had 4,
yeah.
But
that's
still,
abs. That's plural.
Okay, but
and you've always been able to bounce your pegs
because I did push.
I just unlocked that, bro. I just unlocked peg bounce. I got a video somewhere on my phone, like October of last year.
Then that's why I'm optimal.
No, you just been in it longer. I'm gonna bench more than you.
You
2
should.
years in a row. This is gonna be 2 years in a row.
You should.
2-year bench press competition in a row. I'm defending champ right now.
Last year,
well, Cam's the champ. I had the belt for like 2 weeks.
last year, no doubt you should have benched more than me because you were bulking and I was not training for strength.
But I was dirty bulk. It's not optimal.
It's but bulk, strength, muscle, big as I can get.
It's not optimal, bro. I was eating cookies and muffins.
And how much did you weigh?
When we did the competition, did I have long hair or short hair?
Long hair.
Probably, I think I was probably 219 during that time.
It's for me, okay.
And then I just started the cut when I did it with
If you bench more than me, your weight that you bench to your body weight ratio will be lower than mine. I will bench more.
How much do you weigh right now?
184, 185.
You told me a different number earlier.
189 yesterday. But that was.
So why would you say 184, 185 today?
Because that's what I wake up. I'll be 184, 185. Last night.
Okay, so I probably wake up at 200.
Okay, so you got 15 pounds on me.
If I bench 30 more than you.
But in a month, you're bulking. I'll probably be 190.
And I might be 215.
So at max, you'll have 20 pounds on me. I'm pretty sure you had 20 pounds on me last time we did the bench competition because I was pretty.
And ended up, when I benched with Cam, like a week or two later, I hit 295, which was 10 more pounds than. So I benched 10 more pounds than you. I really benched 20 more pounds than you.
So we would have the exact same ratio. And since then, you've been training nonstop. I went and played baseball for 5.5 months.
I took a week off.
I took 5.5 months off.
I didn't take a week off.
I took 5.5 months off.
I went on a cruise. I took a couple days off. Either way, bro, I'm sure they're tired of hearing us argue, man. Yeah. But I'm ready to be done. Are you ready to be done?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. If you made it this far, mental and physical health directly aligned. That is my message. Help yourself in order to help others. You cannot help someone swim if you are drowning. What color is your parachute? If life is a free fall, what color is your parachute? Mine, for now, is my physical health. Progression for myself and my journey, and sharing that progression with you. Thank you to Original Tiny. Shout out Mallard Bend. Tell somebody you love them. You got anything you want to say before we go?
Nope. Great message.
See y'all later.